Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm picking up with this nullable flags thing and how do I really want to handle it, and I'm kind of trying to tease code out and try to make it shareable in a way that I think it makes sense, but I'm not really sure that this is, I don't know. We're gonna try to keep moving on here. So yeah, I either want to get the attributes out of the list that I gave, or I'm going to give an empty array back, which could come out anyway. So how do I want to... it's interesting. Sometimes I've watched these videos, and once I figured out what the problem was, or really how to solve it, when I'm watching myself struggle to get through these things, I'm like, God, it was so obvious. How did you not see the answer? It was like literally in front of your face, and you didn't see it. Could we say Boolean Okay, so what does that mean? It means return get nullable flags. This is called playing with something. I'm not really sure it's going to work. Switch true flags flags. No, I'm totally messing that up. Flags. Right. So switch, yeah, and then I need that. And then that. And then I don't care. In the case that I don't care, I do that. That looks like a whole hootenanny of problems. What didn't I like about that? So if I just say array empty of byte, can I? Oh my gosh, pattern matching is getting better. Oh, look at that. Will you look at that? So I'm saying if it actually returned, because it could find them, then use the flags that you captured. Otherwise, I don't care. I'm just, because you didn't do anything. So then we're going to go down this path. That feels really elegant. So we already checked that it's that. And so what I want to do here is I want to say return get nullable flags. And okay, back up. Where the hell were they? I think if I say type get custom attribute data, switch, and then I say same thing here, which is this. If it's whatever, then what I have to do is say type that containing, member, your generic method parameter, right? Yeah. But So yes, you're a generic parameter, but you're a generic parameter who is contained by what? Gets a method base that represents the declaring method if the current type represents the type parameter of a generic method. Gets the type declares a current nested type or generic type parameter. Okay, I need to do some more investigation here. Let's say return okay. Then I want to come back here to my test because there's something I need to of course. Oh. Thank you. Oh, you would do that. I don't want you to do that. Var x is equal to okay, stop being so picky. Dirty keyboard. Okay. So if I say this dot declaring method, right, this dot declaring type, right, that's the, so yeah, I'm kind of curious, would you ever run into a case where you could have declaring types, declaring types, declaring types, declaring types, and if you don't go all the way up, yeah, I might need to do that. Let me put a to do there. May need to recursively descend on declaring type. Let's do it. Maybe. I mean, that's probably an exceptional case, but I think it's a legitimate one. All right. Why did I stop? I didn't want to stop. Did I want to stop? I'm not sure. So what I could do here is say type.declaring method get custom attribute, but wait, I'm getting confused. No. Okay, so I could say type declaring method nullable context dot get nullable context value a nihilist. Can you say array.empty custom attribute data? Or type var. Don't you like? Don't you like? Okay, that got really ugly. Wow, that got really distorted. Yeah, the thing goes here, not there. Okay, and then everything just poof starts working. Okay. This is saying get all the nullable flags and switch on it. If you did get flags, you get flags. Otherwise, if you do have a declaring method, otherwise, no, we don't want to do this because that's different. As byte array. What now? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did the thing. Yeah, because I want to pass in an empty array, and then that will just spin out and give me a false null. Here, because it's going to go, you don't have anything, so yeah. And then we just do declaring type here. Here we do it there. Okay, if that made sense. Does that compile? And I don't think this breaks anything because I haven't changed anything here. It's just the one test is the one that should still not work unless I've completely screwed this up. And like all my tests are starting to fail. Well, one fails. Two fail. Oh, it's going to be the not null and the biggie, right? Yep, that still fails. And then this one is the one that's, we're trying to get the whole point of this, which is that one. Yeah. Okay, so this actually, it didn't break anything, which is great. It's actually kind of awesome because it is kind of, clean. The only thing here is, again, I want to say, get the flags for declaring types recursively. Okay, I'm going to come back to this one. So the whole point of doing this was to be able to say var context is equal to new nullable context of this. If context count is equal to 1, what did you say? Not null constraint should have nullable of 1, not annotated. Sure. Constraint values, add, not null. Did that work? Of course it doesn't. Oh, I guess I gotta pull that out up to here now. Yeah, okay. Didn't go green. Makes me sad. It's still got a breakpoint. This does, okay. What did I done screw up? Generic parameter. Come into here. Oh. I can't do that. Okay. I see. The thing I just paused on was what I want to do is basically say if, flip this so that this comes into here, and then basically pull this out. I could do this, and that would just be fine. That should work. But this is kind of ugly. What I want to say, if not, I want to... I hate Boolean conditions because I can never get them right. First of all, let's see if this does the right thing. It did not. Why? It should have. Oh, because it comes into this. Yeah. Although, why am I coming out of that if statement so fast? String types. If the constraint, and it's that. Okay, so I think if I can say if the constraints do not equal that or is greater than 0, then do that. Now what does this do? That passes. What about all these? And those don't. But it doesn't have a not null on it. So what failed? Class and none. Struct was fine. That's interesting. Why did struct work, but class didn't? This is where I could just wish I had somebody from the Roslyn team. I could just drag them over and go, what is this? Like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, you have a 1. Which means it's not annotated. But that null constraint is also not annotated. This doesn't make any sense. What am I not reading right? Well, okay. Class constraint in nullable enable context. You will see a nullable attribute of 1. How in the world would you know that you're in a nullable enable context? Simply by looking at... I feel defeated again. This is just ridiculous. I don't know. Every time I'm digging into this stuff, I feel like this is just such a cluster. And There's like, I have to create all this myself, or I'm just not finding the right thing to say, oh yeah, it's just this. And then the attributes. How do you know? I just want to know if not null is a constraint. This is so frickin' frustrating. The not null constraint must come before any other constraints. Of course. The class or struct constraint must come before any other constraints. And I don't think you could say well, this is going to feel cheap. That should be okay, yeah. That was the one for constructor. That was not failing. And we'll have no constraints. Well, how would you tell the difference between God, I thought I was onto something and then I'm not. Oh, well that one's actually easy to solve. Because I'm being stupid. So here I want to say if not string null or white space constraint values. Actually, we can do this. If return that, otherwise string.empty, and then okay. Now what I could do in here is say, because it's okay if you have new, but if constraint values contains struct, if it doesn't contain the struct and constraint values, it does not contain class, then actually you see, well, do you have the not null one? And if I go back here, I can't say new not null, right? Yes. Okay, so what if it doesn't contain struct, because that's just, yeah, I'm just, okay, I'm being stupid. Count greater than 0, then do this. Yeah, I was thinking it was a string for some reason. Okay, pull this up, put that down here, except we're going to say insert this at index 0. So it has to be the first one. And by default, okay, let's see what we can see. Where did I read that actually driving tired is worse than driving drunk? Like coding tired is worse. Okay. So now these all work. Dare we run everything? Watch as the whole world just blows up. Well, we're still getting one failure. And do you think it's this one? Gee, I think it's this one. Oh dear God, don't do that. I'm still getting 6. And I bet it's still the 6 ones that I can't tell if it's the same or... Yeah, the T-rest. Yeah, they're the same. So I think the work I did was necessary, but it didn't fix the problem, which is unfortunate. So I'm all out of time for this one, and I feel depressed. I feel like doing one more. I can't let this go. There's got to be a reason why this is happening. So I'm going to do one more and see if I can figure out where this breaks and hopefully get a fix in. I actually do feel kind of good because if I go look at this nullable context, I still need to fix this to do, which if I can fix what I still haven't fixed yet, I'll come back here and just recursively do this. But this is also to me showing some really expressive power in switching, that I can do something like this. And you can, and even if I'm looking at this, I could actually do like var flags when flags is not equal to null, and not just do in fact, I'm going to start the episode and try it that way, not just do a tuple. I mean, this does show that you can use tuples to do this, but I'm wondering if you can actually just use the return value and say it's okay to return a null, but then switch on the null. And yeah, I could just say null there. I think I might do that. Okay, so one more episode. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.